See the exercise I was doing? That run be kicking my butt, man. I ran 2 miles. What was it? 2.56 miles. 2 miles. If I'd have ran about 5 more blocks, it would have made 3 miles. It took me 20. It said 25 minutes. I don't know. I'm gonna look at it on there. Who was it? What they want? Somebody want to sign for some bullshit. I don't feel like bullshit. You see that exercise I was doing? When I was in camp, you got to do that. You got to do it 200 times from side to side. 200 times from side to side. And then 100 times front and back. So it's 200 times. That's my watch. My watch that I ran 2 point. Oh, it went off. But 2.56 seconds. But, like I was saying, when I used to come from running, I would drop. I did 50 push-ups. And then you do this. You do this 200 times. You do it fast as you can, because you got to do it within 3 minutes. So it's like this. You don't expect me to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 50. That's 100 ones. That's 200. You're 100 like this. Listen, I'm not gonna do 100 right now, because in the morning, let me tell you, when you're out of shape and you do that in the morning, your back is gonna be killing you. I'm telling you, like, what the fuck I did? You're gonna think you left it. You're gonna think you lift something up, but you're not. It's just that you're not used to doing those exercises. So you gotta do it 200 times from side to side and 100 times front to back. And you gotta do it within 3 minutes. All right? And I was wrong. I'm not running 6-minute miles. Listen, it took me about 7 minutes to run it. No, I ain't gonna lie. It took me about 8 minutes. It took me about 8 minutes to run 3 miles. 8 minutes. What's 8 times 3? 24. It took me about 27 minutes. They said it took me 28 minutes to run 3 miles. I ain't in shape. I told you I used to do 3 miles in 18 minutes. I'm 55 years old now. I gotta get in shape. Once I get in shape, I'll be able to do it. I think I can do it. I saw a lady out here running. She had a stick. That's how people used to be back in the days when they used to walk to the store with a stick. They walk to the store with a stick because of dogs. Because of dogs and shit. Let me see. That's what I need, but I look crazy running with a stick. What's up? What's up, fellas? Good morning. Yeah, let me be serious. It's, you gotta do it like this, 200 times. And this, like this, 100 times. All the way down. And you gotta do it in 3 minutes, because when you fight, that's what you're doing. When you fight, you're So that's why that gets you used to doing that. And I'm telling you, if you do it in 3 minutes, you do it side to side, 200 times. Side to side 200 times, front to back 100 times. And if you do it in 3 minutes, I'm telling you, in the morning, your back gonna be killing you. But once you get used to doing it every day, or at least 5 days a week, it won't hurt no more, trust me. It always do that. Like I told you, there's levels to getting in shape. Like when I used to fight, and I took a long layoff, first I had to get in shape running. Then once I get in shape running, then I go to the gym. And you got to get in shape hitting the bag, jumping ropes, and doing your exercise. Then once you get in shape hitting the bag and all that shit, then you got to get in shape to spar. So you might get in the ring and move. It's always good to get in the ring and move around and warm up. That way your legs get strong, because the ring gives to your weight, like you were saying. And then once you get in shape for all that, then you get in shape to spar. And that's sparring. I used to like sparring, but after a while you get tired of that shit, because you used to spar. When it's time to fight, you be sparring every day. Every day. And 5 days a week you be sparring. And Don, he used to push me, boy. That shit ain't no joke, boy. You know, you get tired. For a while you be wanting to spar. Then you start sparring, you be sparring every day for like a month. That shit took a toll on you. You be tired, mad. But it's a job, man. I remember like when I used to be in Gleason's. I mean, not Gleason's, but Times Square. It used to be a gym on 42nd Street. I think I told y'all. I don't know if y'all watched the last video. But it used to be a gym on... I gotta move around. I don't want to stop sweating. But it used to be a gym on 42nd Street in Times Square. And that's where Mark Gastineau. Remember Mark Gastineau that played for the New York Giants? And he used to wear number 99. And he'd be going crazy when he make a sack. He used to train there, Mark Gastineau. Jimmy, I forgot the guy that named, I forgot the guy that named the trainer. But the guy that trained Mark Gastineau was funny. He used to walk around the gym with a stick. With a big ass stick. And when you hitting the bag, and you slack, he be like, hit that fucking bag. He hit the bag with the stick. Like a slave driver or some shit. Yeah, that was 42nd Street Gym. There's a lot of good fighters in there. That's where, if you know anything about Jimmy Glenn, he got a bar around the corner. Jimmy passed away, but his son took it over, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't been there in a while. But it's a real small bar. And he got all the pictures of every fighter that came in that gym. From Sugar Ray Leonard. He got, I don't know if Sugar Ray Robinson went to that gym, but he got pictures of him. But he got pictures of Muhammad Ali. All the fighters that came through that gym, he got pictures of them. Hector Camacho, all the guys. Yep. That's where all the guys used to train to get ready. When it was time to fight at the Garden, that's where they used to get in shape. I know it was that gym. Then you had Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn, and you had Church Street Gym. Those are gyms I know of that was around when I was fighting. And then sometimes I would train in Paterson, New Jersey. Not, Gotti and them was in Jersey too. Gotti and them used to come to my gym. But the Toledo brothers, they used to train in Jersey too. Frank and Toledo. Yep. Oh, man. I'll tell you something I didn't know. I didn't know, if I'm not mistaken, Lou Duva is from New Jersey. Paterson, New Jersey. Yep. Paterson had a lot of fighters. That's where Reuben Hurricane Carter come from, Paterson. That's where he caught his case in Paterson. Yep. I got a lot of family that used to live in Paterson. Used to live in the Alabama Projects in Paterson, New Jersey. Alabama Projects. Let me see. And just think, I always laugh about this, but New York City was so rough back in the 80s, back in the 70s, like 77, 78, because I was living in St. Nicholas housing projects. But we used to go from St. Nick. I used to go from St. Nick to New Jersey to get away from New York, because that's how bad New York was. But I didn't realize how rough Paterson, New Jersey was. Paterson was rough, boy. The housing projects, the Alabama projects is right by the highway. You ever notice most housing projects in near highways? Yep. But yeah, Alabama projects. And then years later, I used to fight out of Paterson, New Jersey. Yep. Let me see. What y'all saying? I didn't realize it, but Alabama Projects, it was downtown. That's right by a highway. In New York City, the Polo Grounds and Colonial Projects. Yep. When I was in North Carolina. Look how quiet it is out here. Yo, what's up? God body, you disagree about what? Yeah, highway. The Cabrini Green Products in Chicago, New York. They tore them down. That's why they was having so much gang violence, because you had gangs that was being mixed up once they tore the products down in Chicago. That's why, I be trying to tell people, you in the gang, I'm in the gang, and we gangster, we thugs. But that shit don't mean nothing, because we killing each other, and that's what society, that's how it's designed, to kill each other. Because you live here and you say, this is my block. And then the government come and tear that shit down. What happened to your block now? Why you ain't stop the government from tearing down your block if that was your block? They tear your shit down and tell you to move. They displace you. Y'all be saying, I'm gangster, I'm a thug. I'll bust a nigga in his ass, I'll shoot a nigga. And then the system come and they tell you to move. And what you got to do? You got to move. They say, get the fuck out of here. You got to move. Say, this is my block. Ain't nobody gonna move me. Then the government come and tear that shit down. Then what? Come and tear that shit down. See, now you gotta move. That's what they did. There was projects right by the highway. Cause I've been to Chicago like 2 or 3 times. I've been to Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana looked like the Bronx used to look in the 70s. You go to Gary, Indiana, they got blocks and blocks and blocks of condemned buildings and stores that closed down. Only thing in Gary was a donut shop, a precinct, and a bunch of churches. A donut shop, a precinct, a bunch of churches, and you know who run all the corner stores? The Arabs, just like in New York City, in the Bronx. They run all the corner stores. And they got all them pictures of them with their gold chains on. Not gold chains, but their guns and shit, telling how good they live in their country. I just want to say something real quick, not to get too political, all right? But I was watching on YouTube, and they were talking about how they were talking about abortion and welfare and shit like that. They're trying to say black people are the face of welfare. I keep telling you, how do immigrants come to America? They don't save their money and come here. They come here by some form of welfare, and they got a place to stay, and they got subsidies that take care of them until they're able to get on their feet, which is a form of welfare. So stop trying to make it seem like blackface is the face of welfare. Everybody comes to America for some form of welfare. Everybody. They tell you they come here to work hard. That's a lie. They could have stayed in their own country and worked hard. Why are you going to go all the way to another country to work hard? That don't make sense. That's what you're taught, though. You're taught they come here to work hard. If that's the case, they could have stayed in their own country and worked hard. They come here because no matter how bad they're doing in their country, when they come to America, they got somebody to look down on and call lazy and make. Stop believing that shit, all right? Look, when you get the guy against the ropes, right? I be seeing they be having guys against the ropes, and they don't work on them. When you get the guy against the rope, you put this leg in between his leg, and that stops him from running. Don't just stand there in front of him like that. Don't stand like this. Everybody be talking about how Mike Tyson stood. Mike Tyson stood like this, but what happened when Mike Tyson fought somebody that can box? When he fought Tony Tucker could box. He fought Name the guys that Tyson went the distance with. And they boxed him. They boxed him. Boom. I'm not going to say Buster Douglas because Tyson wasn't in shape for that, but still. Them guys that took Tyson to the distance, what they do, they box him. Tyson stands like this. You too square. When you square, you like this. How can I hit you with my hand right here? That means I got to come back and hurt you with the punch. Now, like I said, Mike Tyson had fast hands and fast feet, so he can do that. But everybody can't do that because if you can fight, all you got to do is stand there in front of a guy. You stand like Pernell Whitaker used to do. Pernell Whitaker and the way Mayweather do, they stand there right there in front of you. They stand there in front of you, and they got well, Pernell Whitaker was like this, and Pernell Whitaker had a good jab. Mayweather stands like this. Stand in front of the guy. Don't be scared of the guy. Stand there in front of him like that, but always stand at an angle. That way you give the guy less to hit. You're less of a target. So when he try to jab, you drop, you block it, block it, block it. Your hand is right here, this hand here. You block it. Block, block, block. You want to get a little fancy? You do it like this. But you block it. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to hit your hip. Boom, boom, boom. When you duck, bring your hand up. Bring it up. That way the guy don't hit you in the top of the head. It don't hurt, but it'll knock off your equilibrium. If a guy hits you in your head, it don't hurt. This shit don't hurt, but it's going to wobble you. And once you get wobbled, you might start throwing combinations. So you got to stand at an angle. On your toes and stand at an angle. And since you're at an angle, this hand is already ready. This hand is already ready. But it's way back here. That's why you got to hit the guy with this first. And if you hit the guy with this, you know you can hit him with this. Got it. All right. Let me see what y'all talk about there. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Yeah, the projects are the slums in Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, I'm in Newark. I haven't been in New York in a while. The projects are maintained by the city. The projects were originally built for what I understand. I'm out of breath. From what I understand, the projects were originally built for the military. That's what I heard. But look at the word project. Another word for project is an experiment. You're on top of each other, side by side each other, over and under each other. We supposed to be brothers, but brothers need some space to breathe, but it's bad. Because all we do is depend on Mr. Charlie. That's a poem. But I know like in the South, the projects are not like in the city. Like in Chicago and New York, New Jersey, the projects, well, even in Jersey, they got little small projects. They got projects called, what them project was? Brook Slope or Park Slope, something like that in Patterson, New Jersey. Park Slope. Brook Slope, I think it's called Brook Slope. But another thing about the projects is the mentality of the people. The projects in the condominium are the same thing. It's just the mentality of the people and the income. That's what it is. It's all about how you take care of yours. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is in the city. Like down south, they built out. In the north, they built up. They built up. That's why the minute you see some empty space in New York City, somebody gonna buy it and they're gonna build a high rise. As soon as you see some empty space in New York City, you rarely see houses in New York. You got houses in the Bronx, you got houses in Brooklyn, you got houses in Queens. And them people own their property. But what they do is they'll come and they'll ask you, do you want to sell it? You be desperate for money, and you sell it. That's why, like in the Bronx, they got houses on one side of the street, and they got apartment complexes on the other side of the street. Like when I used to live on Crescent Avenue, 196th Street and Kingsbridge, you got like 3 or 4 houses in that block next to apartment buildings. And if people don't want to sell their house, so they can't do shit, the house got to stay there. And if you're smart, the house will be handed down from parent to child, parent to child, parent to child, like that. But the city, you never know, man. The government come and take that shit. They appropriate it. They call it eminent domain. They come and they appropriate it. That's why most black neighborhoods are near the highway. Most black neighborhoods in their highways are highway overpass. And that's why they built the suburbs. Suburb means suburban. And that's how the suburbs came about. That was so white people could move to the suburbs and get away from black people, because black people was moving from the South, because the South was so racist. They was moving to the North. And the white people was like, hey, you got black people moving here. I don't want to be around these black people. So they moved to the suburban areas. And they built highways to get to the suburbs. And that's why that's why most black neighborhoods in their highways are highway overpass. Hey, I'm just telling y'all. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you how to. See, they got a lady. She walking, boy. Look at her. She still got her stick, too. That's an older lady. Go ahead, boy. I love that. She's like she walking with her son or something now. I love that, boy. She walking. She walking. Her back sweating. She got that stick in her hand. She walking, boy. She ain't playing. That's why you can't wait till you get older. I'm 55. She about in her 60s. Let me see what y'all saying out here. Yeah, float like a butterfly. It was Muhammad Ali. Yeah, everything starts with a jab. And people think a jab got to be strong. The jab, all you got to do is touch the man. Touch him. You got to touch him. Touch him. Even when you're in close. When you're in close, that's the best time to use a jab. You're in close like this. Touch him. Touch him. Touch him. What? Oh, man. That took a lot out of me, huh? Yeah, you gotta touch him. 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 Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Gotta touch him. Listen. Touch him. Touch the man. You know, got hit with a jab. Touch him. But touch him. Put your hands on him. Touch him anywhere. That's what Larry Holmes used to do. Touch him. Boom, 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 boom. Touch him. Touch him. Touch him. When you jab sometimes, all you gotta do is turn it like that, bring it halfway back, and uppercut him. Boom, boom, like that. And move your feet. That's why I be moving my feet. I be getting out the way. Sometimes you can move your head, Oh, you move your feet. Yeah. And just load up. Load up. Load up. Fight. You know, fight. Load them up. Yeah, man. All right, y'all. Load them up. All right, what y'all talking about before we get out of here? What's up? You winning, that's right. Ali was the baddest. Ali say float like a butter sting. Float like a butter stop fly. Sting like a bee. What made Ali so great, people fail to realize, is that he was a heavyweight. He was a heavyweight, man. I think he was like 212, 215. Then, you know, when he started getting older, he was like 230, stuff like that. But look at that. He was a heavyweight. You don't see heavyweights. You don't even see 147 move like that. That's how Sugar Leonard, Muhammad Ali looked up to Sugar Ray Robinson, and Sugar Ray Leonard from Maryland, from Pomona Park, Maryland. He tried to take out the Muhammad Ali with the flashy stuff, you know, doing all this and shit, doing all that. But there'll never be. You don't see nobody to fight like Muhammad Ali, and a heavyweight at that. You don't see guys fight like that, heavyweight. You don't see small guys fight like that. Muhammad Ali did everything wrong in boxing, but he got away with it because he was so fast, and he was different. Roy Jones a little bit, but Roy Jones was 160. So he wasn't a heavyweight. He moved up to heavyweight. But he wasn't a real heavyweight. Like I keep telling you, when you move up in weight class, you don't take your punch with you. Very few fighters take their punching power with them. Very few. I don't know any. I used to say Tommy Hearns took his punching power with him, but he didn't. At 147, he could punch. But when you move up in weight class, you don't take your punching power with you. All right, y'all. Who out there? What did Sugar Ray? Holyfield. Holyfield was a small heavyweight. Yeah, Holyfield came from cruiserweight. I think in the amateurs, he was only like 178, something like that, 178. And then when he turned pro, he went up to he fought light heavyweight. He fought the white Muhammad Qawi, who was born the white Braxton, and he fought him. And that was a war. Holyfield was bad. Holyfield was a bad motherfucker, boy. He was bad. He's not a big guy. Holyfield's not a big guy. He only like 6'1". He was real skinny. Look at him in the amateurs. Look at some old pictures when he was in the amateurs. He was a skinny, scrawny guy. But he tough as fucking nails, boy. He could fight, boy. He tough. Them fights with Riddick, boy, I tell you that fight in the 10th round, I think it was the second fight, boy. That shit brought tears to my eyes. I said, damn. He got knocked down. But he almost got knocked down. He got up. And he won the round. He won that round. He came from behind and won that round, boy. He was fighting his ass off. Good fight. Who else? Who else out there? Let me see. There's a difference between projects and the projects. Well, listen. I'm going to say something a lot of people are not going to like, but when you grow up in the hood, you don't realize the hood is the hood. You don't realize it. I grew up in Washington Heights. And then from Washington Heights, I grew up in St. Nicholas Housing Projects. And the projects is rough, man. It's rough, man. And you don't realize it's rough because you're a little kid. You know, that's what you in. I was living in St. Nicholas Housing Projects when the street was a dead end. 129th Street was a dead end. People don't remember that. It was a dead end. And I remember in the summertime, the big garbage dumpster. I don't know if it was a dumpster or what, but I remember they used to fill that shit up with water. It'd be like a swimming pool. Because the street was a dead end. But like I said, the project, another word for project is an experiment. And most projects are in the hood. Now, like I seen projects downtown behind Lincoln Center. I don't know who live in those. I know there's projects downtown by Lincoln Center. And Lincoln Center is a real prestigious theater. I don't know who live in them projects back there. I never went back there to see. But I mean, like, it's just the mentality of the people, man. It's how people take care of your environment. If you live there, you should want to take care of it. You should want it to be clean. But like in New York City, I made jokes about it all the time. I even wrote about it in one of my poems. How people go in the corner store, buy a soda, and the man give you the soda, and they be like, "Put my soda in the bag." He put the soda in the bag. They get out the store and throw the bag in the street. I've seen people do that all the time. They go in the store, they buy something that they don't need a bag for. They tell them to put the shit in the bag. As soon as they get outside, they throw the bag in the street. They don't throw the bag in the garbage. They throw the bag in the street. And New York streets be dirty. They be dirty. I see people do that shit all the time. I see people stand right by the garbage and throw shit in the street. So it's just the mentality of the people. It's the mentality of the people, man. I know, like when I lived in Germany, the streets be clean, and you see like downtown, the streets be clean. Every now and then, like if there's nobody, and even downtown, they got doggy bags. So if your dog take a poop in the street, you got to pick that up. And they got bags. They got bags all over downtown where you can take a bag, pick up the dog poop, and throw the dog poop in the garbage, in the dog garbage. And another thing is, when people feed their dog bullshit, that go against, then their dog get diarrhea. They can't pick it up. That's why you're not supposed to be deviating and feeding your dog all kind of crazy shit. Because when they take a poop in the street, you got to pick that up. I ain't picking up the dog poop. That's why I don't have a dog. I ain't picking up the dog shit. Fuck that. That's why I don't want a dog. But if you give your dog if you giving your dog all kind of food, so-called treats and shit, and people be talking about, I'm giving my dog a treat. Your fucking dog don't know the difference between a treat and regular food. It tastes no different. Dogs got a weak palate. That's why they can eat anything. That shit they don't eat for taste like humans do. That's why you be seeing fat ass humans, because humans let their taste buds run their life. Everything tastes good to them. Whatever tastes good to them, they eat it. Dogs don't have a palate like that. Cats got a sensitive palate. That's why cats are finicky about what they eat. But dogs don't give a fuck what they eat. Dogs eat anything. I've seen dogs eat dog shit. They don't care. Because they smell something in that shit that smell appealing to them. So they eat the dog shit. That's why you can't be giving your dog so-called treats. There ain't no such thing as a dog treat. And then you give your dog all that bullshit, and then when they go downtown and they shit up the sidewalk because they got diarrhea, then you just looking stupid. So you got to feed your dog food for their stomach. That's why. All right, let me see. What's up? Exactly. That's exactly. The slums, listen, the slums are the slums because of the mentality of the people. I mean, you got a lot of shit that keeps it like that. You got a lot of shit that just perpetuates that. The drugs, people trying to get money, whatever. But like somebody said, yeah, immigrants they try to make it seem like we always feed that mantra that immigrants come here to work hard. And a lot of them do come here to work hard. But then again, they come here because they get benefits and they get a free ride over here. Like they was talking about, like early immigrants came to America. Who paid for that? How did they get over here? They didn't just come over here. They was poor. So who paid for it? Somebody paid for it. That was a form of welfare. They need to stop calling black people welfare queens and all that other shit, because everybody gets some form of welfare. If not, they would stay in their own country. Like now, what's going over in Ukraine. Them people going to need a place to stay. A lot of people got everything taken from them. So they're going to get some form of welfare to come over here. They're like, right? Come on, y'all. People be believing that shit. Like I said in the Statue of Liberty, give me your tired, your weak. Give me your tired, your weak, your poor, yearning to be free. Why do people want to go to another country? They tired and weak and they want to work hard. You tired and weak. Why you want to be tired and weak and work hard? They make it seem like black people poverty was put on black people. They didn't come to America poor. We had everything. All that shit was taken. All right, y'all. I'm ready to get out of here. Who mad? I ain't mad. Dogs get mad. Let me see what y'all saying before I get out of here. I can't see. Let me get in the shade. Let me see what y'all saying before I get out of here, y'all. What's up? Love you too. What's up with that? Yeah, talk the talk. I ain't mad. I'm just saying, you know, a lot of shit we was taught in school is bullshit. A lot of shit we teach in the school. A lot of stuff they teach you in school is bullshit. You know, like I was saying, people get mad at the stuff they teach in school, send your children to private schools. Listen, it's going to sound mean what I'm saying, but you got to have dick control. Don't be making a bunch of babies if you can't afford to be taking care of them and send them to school where they can get a good education to learn to love themselves. See, if you're seeing all this stuff in history about how good somebody else is, you want to be like them. You don't want to be like yourself. You want to be like them. And you thought these people ain't shit and these people are better than these shit, and you think you ain't shit because you thinking like them. You got to learn to teach your children that, you know, like I used to put my daughter in front of the mirror and tell her how beautiful she was and how great she was, and she got the potential to do this and that. And they got to believe that. And it's true. You can't be, because like I tell you, when you get up in the morning and turn on the TV is telling you how ugly you was. They don't say it, but they be throwing shade. The TV be throwing shade. They be telling you how you can't cook. The TV is always throwing shade on you and telling you that you need this and that in your life. You got to understand, it's commercials. These commercials got a product to sell, so they're gonna tell you what you need in your life, which is bullshit sometimes. But they got a product to sell. But this is the country this is America, and that's what it's about. Okay, take it or leave it. If you got a product to sell, you're going to tell people they need it, right? It's all about money. So you got to realize when you're watching TV, you got to watch it with a discerning eye. And even when you watch it, it sticks in the back of your head, so you got to be conscious about the shit you watch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit that come on TV is stupid, man. That shit be dumb. It's dumb, and like I said, you wouldn't you wouldn't let a stranger just walk up to your children and start talking to them, right? No. So why do you leave your children in front of the TV? You don't know those people on TV. You don't know nobody on TV, and they don't know you. Because if you saw them in the street and you tried to speak to them, they would look at you like you crazy. So stop leaving your children in front of the TV, telling them how ugly they are, telling them how stupid they are. You know, they be throwing shade, man. You gotta stop that. All right, let me see what else is out there. Got anything? Babel. What about Babel? What about Babel? What about it? You said Babel, delusional. What about it? I ain't saying nobody couldn't come. Anybody could come. Shit, they could come. I don't care. What I care? What I care? I ain't talking about politics no more on this thing. People get too upset. I'm gonna leave politics alone. I'm gonna start talking about fishing or boxing or something. People get too upset. When you try to tell them, they get mad. So, I grew up in Harlem on a cobblestone street across the street from this mansion. That's a poem. Dun, 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 dun. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. Y'all take it easy, all right? I don't know why you saying babble and why you saying why you mad. I'm not mad. Dogs get mad. I'm still learning how to use this thing. But if you get a chance, check out my books online, like always. Corner stores in the middle of the block. Don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. Agitation gets the dirt out. And Pretty Ugly, a Harlem Situation. See, and you got to understand, what makes this internet shit so good, this TikTok and this TikTok, Facebook and all that, everybody has a voice now. And that's what people are mad at. You know, like on TV, so you got to understand, and the thing I've been trying to tell black people is like black people have no media outlets. So everything's going to be one-sided, what you see in the news. The news is always going to be one-sided. The newspaper is going to be one-sided. And the radio is going to be one-sided because black people have nobody to speak. Everybody has somebody to speak for them in America, except for black people. You got these so-called these other organizations, but they come up with jaded and ambiguous terms like people of color. Everybody's got color. People of color doesn't signify anybody. Everybody's got color. They're talking about people of color. People of color could be anybody. People of color, multicultural community. These terms make you think they're talking about black people, but they're not talking about black people. They're talking about everybody. People of color, multicultural, ethnic, urban, minority. That can be anybody. That doesn't signify anybody. That can be that's not specific. That could be anybody. That can be anybody. Come up with these jaded and ambiguous terms. I don't forgot what I was talking about. But what I was talking about is like everybody's got a voice now, and that's what's the thing about the internet thing. Everybody's got an opinion. So that's why it seems so controversial. But back in the days, everybody had an opinion, but they couldn't voice their opinion because they didn't have a TV station. They didn't have a radio station. They didn't have a newspaper. Now everybody got podcasts. They got Facebook pages. They got TikTok pages. So everybody's got a voice now, and that's why there's so much going on right now. And this is why I heard like Elon Musk wants to buy something. He want to buy Twitter just to shut it down. You know, that's the people's voice. That's people's voice. It is what it is. But the reason black people don't have shit is because we don't practice group economics like everybody else. Everybody else practices group economics. We don't practice group economics. We don't produce anything. So that's why it's like that. Yeah. All right, y'all, let me get out. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. All right, attach. All right, y'all, let me get out. Y'all take it easy. Check out my book online, all right? I got books up.